Thank you.
Yes. And then speaking of Akashic records, okay, so the meditation on Wednesday was about um going back, right? We went into the Akashic records, we saw what timeline, we took a look at like, okay, what timeline is affecting me right now? So today we're gonna do what's the $1 million question that we all ask, right? What the fuck am I doing here? And I have to tell you, like, I was driving yesterday to a house clearing, and for the most part, I have a pretty positive attitude about life. Like, my perspective has changed after being I'm a recovering alcoholic. And when you're in that dark space of hell, for people who drink and do other things like I did, it's so frustrating when my mom would be like, just stop, or they're like, oh, they can just stop if they want to. Oh, they're like, I cannot explain to you unless you've been there, the grip that drugs and alcohol take on you and your mind and your soul. It is a grip so hard. I mean, it's literally like prying fingers, and those fingers just keep going back like this, and they just keep going back like this, and it's work. So yesterday I was sitting there thinking like, why the fuck do I keep coming back down here? Why the fuck do I keep coming to Earth? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, get me the fuck. Hello, ET phone home. ET phone home. Is anybody listening, right? And then I had this vision because we have to remember there are other timelines. There are other dimensions, not just Earth, right? And I think that the biggest lie that we have been told is that Earth is the hardest dimension, that we come down here to feel pain and suffering. And I don't think that's true because I had visions of myself like literally like Terminator shit. Like I'm like in another dimension right now, like really like living in a dystopia. And so I was like, huh, maybe it's not so bad right here, right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's not so bad right here, right now. There are other dimensions. We don't know what else is out there. And I got to tell you, I've seen enough visions to trust what I see. And I was like, and I almost feel like my guides gave me that download to be like, there's a reason why. And trust me, it's not sunshine. They say the grass is always greener, right? Now, here I am because I know how dimensions work. Instead of being a human, the grass is greener on the other side. Like, oh, I wish I had that. I don't. I'm like, I wish I were in another dimension. I wish I were in another planet. I wish I were anywhere else but on Earth right now, right? I think that the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not. It's not. We are all here experiencing. So all of that was part of for this meditation. So today's meditation is really going to be going deep and asking ourselves, like, what the fuck am I doing here? So this meditation might go a little bit longer, so it might be about 20 minutes today, but we're going to be going on an adventure. And we'll still get done at 6:30. So just anybody who's, needs to be, hello, Brooke, how are you? Aware of time. That's where we're going to be sitting at. It's a nice one, I promise. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our spaces. Close your eyes. Today's meditation, our flame of purpose, and remembering why we are here. So, I wanted to light a candle. I'm going to light a candle for all of us right now. This is our flame of purpose. Also, the violet flame of healing. This is our inner strength. Make sure you're taking long, slow inhales through the nose and long, slow exhales out of your mouth. Feel the air as it moves through your body. Breathing in life, breathing in chi, breathing in a new day, a new dawn. Let go of all expectations. We are programmed to have way too many expectations for ourselves, for others, for life. Let's right now in this moment just let them go. You don't need to figure it out today. Right now in this moment and throughout our lives, we're just here to remember. Remember. Feel the weight of your body, your ship, your vehicle, your avatar. Feel how real you are. Imagine those roots coming out the base of your spine, the soles of your feet. Feel that energy going out the top of your head to Father Sky. Mother Earth wants to remind you that she has held you your entire life. Through every fall, every rise, and every experience, she has been here holding that space for you. With each breath, allow your body to grow heavier into this space, more supported as you relax. Inhale, drawing in peace. Exhale, releasing the need to control the journey. The roots that come below your feet, from the base of your spine, remind you, I belong to this earth. I am meant to be here. Bring your awareness to your chest, your heart chakra. This is the center of your being, your heartbeat. See a soft golden light glowing here. With every breath, it's getting brighter. It's expanding. It's wrapping around your heart like the warm sunlight. Can you feel that? So nice. This light is the truth of who you are. The essence and the aura that has traveled through timelines and lifetimes. It chose this body, this time, this life. Whisper softly to yourself, I am a soul with a purpose, even if I don't see it yet. I am a soul with a purpose. Let that truth settle into your bones. I am a soul with a purpose. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a lake. It's so still. The water mirrors the sky above. It's calm. It's endless. It's infinite. You can kneel at the edge or stand there and whisper into the water, why am I here? What is my purpose? Why keep going when it feels so hard? Watch as the ripples carry your questions out across the lake. Don't chase the answers. Let them return in their own time, in their own form. You might not get the answer that you want, and that is why it's important to let go of expectations. The answer will come to you. You may sense a whisper, a color, a feeling. You may see a memory. If you release your expectations, allow your soul to just remember and to know. It's a knowing. Maybe these words are saying you are here to remember love. You are here to experience life as a sacred unfolding. You are not meant to fight the current. You are meant to flow with it. Bring your attention back to your heart. That golden light becomes a flame, strong, steady, ancient. This is your purpose made visible. It doesn't need a title, a job, a plan, an explanation. It simply is. This flame represents your capacity to love, to create, to heal, to witness beauty, and to walk through shadows with courage. Even when the world feels heavy, this flame whispers, you are part of something vast. You are the continuation of light. Each breath you take, each act of kindness, each tear and laugh, they are all expressions of that same eternal flame. You are not here to prove yourself. You are here to remember yourself. Mm, breathe that in. Part of the remembering makes us fight. That fighting makes us tired. That fighting makes us sick. We're extending energy where it doesn't belong, makes us exhausted. Let's release that fight. Feel the places in your body that are tired. Your shoulders, your chest, your legs, your arms, your hips, your head, your mind. And whisper to those places. You don't have to fight anymore. You are safe to rest. Imagine a wave of soft lavender light washing over you. This is the color of surrender and grace and purpose. You realize now that purpose isn't found through effort or striving. It's revealed through stillness, through listening, through living fully. Take a few deep breaths here. Before we leave this space, let's all join hands and circle Mother Earth, holding space for her as she's always holding space for us. Extending from our heart space that glowing light within us. What color is that light extending from your heart? Let's radiate that beam of love and light, resilience and hope and strength down to our brothers and sisters. See that light bouncing back right to us, right to you. Did you feel that? And when you are ready, let's bring our awareness back to the physical body, to the room, the sounds around us, or the silence around us, the air. Feel gratitude for the journey that you just took for yourself, going inward, so that your energy can expand outward. When you are ready, say softly to yourself, I trust in the unfolding of my life. I am guided by love. My purpose lives in my presence. And when you are ready, open your eyes and notice how the world just feels a little bit luminous, brighter, right? Because you remembered your light. Oh my gosh, that one made me cry. Oh, I got emotional at the lake, and when we asked those questions and we saw the ripple effects go out, and then when I closed my eyes again, I saw my kids, I saw my husband, I saw my mom. And it was just like, you make contracts with these people. You're here, you're here to help each other out. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm like, oh, I got very, very emotional on that one. I would like to invite everyone to, hello, Savannah, go um and redo this. I'm definitely gonna go back and listen to this and guide myself through it again. I definitely, my guides are saying there needed to be longer pauses. Sometimes when I'm leading and I'm not completely in that space myself, do you know what I mean? And we're in those moments, it's like really going in. That's why it's 6:28. So I knew that the meditation was going to go to about 6:30. Rebecca's like, she's going to do it again. Yeah. Yeah. These are also all up on YouTube. So if you want to go up onto my YouTube, these are all on there and a whole bunch of other meditations. Go do the one where we went into the Akashic Records. Go into the other one. Somebody just suggested one right there, but go, yeah, Christina's saying, I trust, I trust. Um, what do you guys have to say about what's happening with these energetic attacks right now? Okay, well, here's the thing. I always keep the power and the ball in my court, right? So people can energetically attack me. How I react to it and how I let those affect me or even give them any power is how I deal with energetic attacks anywhere. The energy is intense right now. That's why I got emotional during that meditation because like I said, I had this thought yesterday of like, why the fuck do I keep coming back down here? Like I've said to people, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm not saying that I want to leave, but I know what heaven looks like. I know what happens when I leave this body. I don't question it anymore. I used to be like scared of hell, right? That's not, mm-mm. So what I'm doing, listen, you do a life review. Read anything. Read anything about hypnotism, and we perceive them as energetic attacks. They are opportunities for growth and our own power. Yes. My guides, not you guys. Yeah. Um, yeah, so it's your perception, right? So if you're seeing these as energetic attacks, then that's what you're going to see them as. Now, everybody's truth is their truth. So I try to be careful not to gaslight because even when I had my spiritual awakening was right when COVID happened, my last one, right? I've had many awakenings, but the big bang, COVID hit. And my spiritual ego was on full drive. I was like, why is everybody so scared? Trust the universe. Where's your faith in God? It's perception though, right? But people were scared. So if you're perceiving that, my suggestion to you, like what Christina was saying, oh, well, thank you. Christina said I look beautiful this morning. They are from God. Yeah. She says it's very untrue to see an actual attack like the Holocaust we go through as meant to be. It's not perception. Okay, LA, let's talk about that. That is your perception, that is the experience that you're going through. And that's why I said this meditation was about what am I doing here, right? We got to look at our purpose. If your purpose, how many awakenings do you have? Oh my God, many. Many. I'm sure I'm going to have a couple more, right? It is the collective. It is the collective. And that is why we have to wake up. But if you sit there and try to force the energy, you are not doing anything for the collective by being angry, by being resentful, by trying to make people see what you see. I went through exactly what you went through. I have mentors that I was like, how can you not acknowledge what's going on? And they still won't. They still won't. They don't talk about anything political. All they talk about is healing. You want to talk about your Akashic records? You want to do a tarot card reading? You want some Reiki? Their purpose is they're staying in their lane and they're like, what is my purpose? To heal. That's what they're doing, right? That's exactly why we did this meditation. I'm going crazy too, girlfriend. I see all this stuff going on and I'm trying not to lose my fucking mind. I want to be angry. I want to punch people. I want to, but what is that doing for the collective? You're talking about the collective. Let's talk about that. How is your anger helping the collective? How is your resentments helping the collective? It's not. And I know this because I've had many lifetimes. I know what happens when we die, like I said. So let me get back to what I was just saying. When you die, you are going to review your life, not anybody else's. When you die, you think you're going to be sitting there judging everybody like you are now? Oh, they need to do this because it's for the collective. They're bypassing. Da, da, da. It's judging. I was judging people. People were judging me. Christina's on here. Christina kept asking me why I didn't speak up about Palestine. Remember that, Christina? And I kept telling her, my guides kept saying, pause, Kim, pause. And I was battling with that. I was battling. Some comments in my live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what did I just say? Like, you can't even speak stuff anymore. This is an 18 and over page. We're going to keep this YouTube recording too, because these are conversations we need to have. This is exactly why we had this meditation. And let me tell you something. When you die and you do your life review, you think Jesus is going to ask you, did you change their minds? You did great, soldier. You were out there fighting everyone and making them change their minds. Good for you. No, no. You're going to sit there and look at your life and be like, was I kind? You're going to look at all of the memories that you are creating right now. Oh my gosh, I remember that day at the zoo. Oh my gosh, I remember that girl's trip. Oh my God. Oh my God, I was so angry. Oh, and you're going to feel and remember everything that you're creating right now. So when you leave this avatar, all of this energy that you think you're doing, you're going to remember that. And that puts me in check. I can't snap anymore. After kids, my joints. Look, I literally can't snap. I don't have this little one right there. So that you're creating your heaven or hell. You are. You're creating it. Because when you die and you do your life review, you're going to be looking at all your memories, sunshine. And let me tell you, I've created enough of those memories. I don't want any more of those. And that is why I'm here at 6 a.m. on the butt crack of dawn meditating. And when my menopause stops sweating, I'm going to be going back to 5 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays with Karina. If you're missing them, what wolf do you feed? Where's the opportunity in seeing this? How do we create change from this? Exactly. You can sit there and look at all, and you want to say the Holocaust, like, and trust me, like I said, yeah, that's crazy, right? And I'm looking at this like, and what people don't realize is Anne Frank would be 96 years old. Anne Frank, if she were alive, would be 96 years old this year. That is not history. That has literally happened in people's lifetimes that are alive right the fuck now. And here we are, repeating history. And that's why I needed this meditation today. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? What's our purpose? So, yeah, ask yourself, is you being angry about all this stuff helping? Because it's not. Doesn't help you either. How does your body feel? You want to get sick? You want to start having chest pains? You want to start having bowel issues? You're welcome, Lucia. You want to start having physical issues that are only going to affect you? Keep that anger. Keep that energy right there. I promise you it's not going to work for you. That's the energy I kept. And then do you know what I did? Loved it. I, lo- I loved that stuff. That kept me in a frequency where I didn't have to take any responsibility. I just checked the fuck out. I wasn't trying to do nothing for no one. You know what I mean? And that all of that, thank you for that comment. Thank you for this conversation. Although you're not uh I don't she's not commenting anymore. Um I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's talk. But that's what, you know what I mean? You're gonna do your life review. So heaven or hell, how do you want to perceive this? Exactly what Christine is saying. What wolf do you feed? I used to feed fear all the time. I was scared of everything. Oh my God, I'm not gonna have enough for that. Oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Oh my God, da, da, da. Now that I'm almost 50, I'm looking back at life like I handled everything. Maybe not well, but I did it. I did it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hi, Lucia. Yes, thank you. So, and let's talk about the meditation. Does anybody want to say anything about the meditation? Let's talk.
I kept hearing, "You are the light, you are the light, you are the light." And it was just so beautiful because every time I heard it, I just felt more and more filled with the light. So I felt very wrapped in love. And it was just so amazing. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for that. I was curious to see how you were gonna receive that meditation because you've done so much work. Do you know what I mean? So when it's like, because I feel like
So
you
amazing.
do know your
Oh,
purpose, you
yes.
are aligned. So the fact that you kept hearing, "You are the light, you are the light," like just validating that. Yeah, you got to push and it's not even like somebody was saying on here, I join you in the generation, good positive meditation, pushing through anger and disappointment. And I wouldn't even say, pushing through anger and disappointment, moving through anger and disappointment, shifting through anger and disappointment. Because when we push, we shove, we force, that, that does damage to us too. The body, when it was like, oh my God, when it was like, where could you feel it in your body? And then the one part in the meditation where they were like, um feel the light in your heart. I don't know. I even said it. I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Can you guys feel that?" Like I literally like felt
I
my
felt a rush. It was so crazy. And then when you said that, I was like, whoa.
because you felt it too. Yeah, did
Yes.
anybody else? Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I was
Yes.
like
A rush of energy. It
I
was
felt a
so cool. Yes.
yes, like when they were like, "Okay, feel your heart now. Feel it." And I was like, "Oh, that's why like in when you guys go on the YouTube, if you redo this, like you can literally hear me." I went, "Oh," because I could like I felt it. I was like, "Oh, did you feel that?" Because I just, somebody asked me about self Reiki, and I was like, "I do self Reiki all the time. Are you kidding me?" And I don't, I'm lying. That's a lie. I do not do self Reiki all the time. Lying. I do self Reiki, and I need to do it more often because I did it the other day because I've been feeling very imbalanced. And it's just so wild to me how like when my hand, like even right now, just putting my hands over, I can literally, I feel something like right over my sacral. Like right now, my hand, because I have Reiki hands. So just the second I put my hands over, I can literally feel energy like moving. It's amazing. I'm getting ready to teach a course actually, the Kundalini Reiki for those who want to do that and are interested. But yeah, it is. Like I said, know oneself. And even, Rebecca asked how many awakenings do we have? Many. I remember having an awakening at 19. I had another one around 22. And then from 22 to 35, I was so drunk. I was like, what word can I was so in a bubble of bubbles that there was nothing spiritual happening. Those were my days of hell. hell on earth, my dark nights. And then when I got sober at 42, that's when I got at 35, that's when I stopped. I was just drinking. And there were some moments of clarity there. I actually got I was clear enough to get married, have a couple of babies, and then that relapse happened. And then and it was funny because it was 7 years. They talk about the 7 years, right, in the Bible. Hi, Melinda. They talk about uh the 7 years of hell or whatever, and then the rapture, and then the 7 years of hell. Oh, listen, really quickly, I want to talk about this. I'm not an astrologer. Go follow your astrologers. There's a couple that I follow. I'll have to tag them. In 2032 to 2036, astrologically, there's going to be a huge shift. There's going to be stuff going on. Now, for those of us that are here now, meditating, doing the work, I wrote this the last month. I've had to be someone that I didn't know I was. Mm. I am someone now that I didn't know that I was, and I like her. This version of, I love that. Look at Christina just wrote, I I have had to be someone that I didn't know I was. And that could go either way, right? Because here's the thing too. I'm also full on menopausing. And I am going to go ahead and give myself credit here because I feel like the meditating that I've been doing is helping me not rage through this period. I'm not raging. I'm not like angry. I've definitely been more triggered and angrier than I was before, and I'm aware of that. So I'm very like happy that I'm like, because like I said, I can be like, I'm just gonna push through this meta. I'm flowing through this space. I am moving through this experience. I'm shifting through womanhood into my final stages. I'm now entering my crone stages, my mature stages, my I don't got to deal with that shit period anymore stages, which I love. Listen, ladies, sorry for the men on here if it's TMI, but women, if you know, you know. And the fact that I don't got to deal with that shit anymore every month, oh, that bloody mess. I am so grateful for. As a matter of fact, I have a box full of tampons in my kitchen, in my bathroom. And any of you ladies that locally in Pittsburgh need it, holla at your girl. Actually, I'm gonna probably give them to my homeless friends. But it's like, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Moving, shifting through the stage, not being angry. Um, and I went off on a tangent and forgot what I was gonna say. But anybody else want to talk about the meditation, which is the whole purpose of this? What else? What else? What else? No? Do we have time for readings? We got time for readings. Let's do it. We got time for readings. I lost a couple people when I started talking about my period. All right, guys. I love you so much. Have a good weekend. We didn't do an intuition test. I totally forgot. But yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. I love you. Have a good weekend. I miss you all. Bye, guys.